Hello, today is Wednesday, October 17th, and this week I've decided to vlog about another article in the Science Times yesterday. And this one is big on the front page called Tossing the Formula. And basically, it's about these people who feel very, very strongly about breastfeeding children and some other health officials. And these people are trying to ban hospitals from distributing free samples of formula to new mothers. Some hospitals have already chosen to do this on their own. Others haven't, obviously, and they think that if we stop distributing these free samples of formula, that mothers will try harder to continue with breastfeeding, even if it hurts really, really bad and they have blisters, even if they feel incredibly fatigued, even if they feel like they're not producing enough milk for their child. And while that may not be the case, some moms get nervous and they think that they're not feeding their child enough, and the formula kind of provides a peace of mind because they feel like their child's getting the nutrition that the child needs. So basically, the important thing here is if by not providing these samples, will that increase the number of moms that choose to breastfeed? And this is kind of a sticky situation because there's a lot of variables at play here. But some studies have found that in some specific hospitals where they have banned the samples, that the breastfeeding rates have increased significantly. And in other hospitals that have chosen not to ban the sample, the problem is that they are seeing, even though the formula is available, that breastfeeding rates are still rising anyway. So there was a lot of research, both sides of the fence here, and statistics and studies about the numbers of moms that are choosing to breastfeed in each individual hospital and in general, and the number of hospitals participating in the ban already, and statistics relating to, not statistics, but facts about the benefits of breastfeeding. And it says that breastfeeding decreases babies' risk of ear infections, diarrhea, asthma, and other diseases, and may reduce risk of obesity and slightly improve IQ, experts say. First of all, I want to know who these experts are. It's not that I don't trust the Times, but I am curious. If I were to follow up on this study, I definitely would want to know who these people are. I have read a scientific article about the benefits that breast milk has on IQ, and the benefits are only, if I remember right, when I read this article, it said that kids typically who were breastfed had one or two higher IQ points than kids who were not breastfed. One or two IQ points isn't really that big of a deal here. I mean, like, it's obviously like, oh, okay, like, that's a good thing, it's a benefit, but it's really not like, it's not like it's 20 points or something like that. So that's just my opinion. And it does make me nervous when they say experts. So like I said, I'd want to know who these experts are. Obviously, this article that I read was in a journal and I've read it, then there is scientific background, but they don't go into that much depth. Also, when it says that at Cooper, the ban improved breastfeeding rates significantly, I'd like to see the data for this. And I want to make sure they're not just throwing around the term significantly, and that they actually reached statistical significance and they're not, they're making it seem that way. Journalists may or may not have the background in statistical analysis. But I'd just like to see that, just checking. I'm obviously not an expert in the field. I've read, like I said, I've read some literature on the benefits of breastfeeding, but that's about it. This was really interesting to me though because I know that I was a really colicky baby and I cried all the time, always had an upset stomach, and I was actually given special formula because of my terrible stomach issues as a child. Um, and here's the thing, not all moms can breastfeed. And although that's not what this article is getting at, that all moms should be able to breastfeed, I don't believe that samples should be banned because mothers should have their options and make an educated decision on what's best for them and their child. If they feel like formula is the best decision, for whatever reason, maybe they feel convenience, maybe it's a working mom who doesn't have the time to sit there and I don't know. There could be many reasons why someone may feel that formula is a good decision. Um, but that's their choice. And I know that when I have babies, I'd like to breastfeed. I definitely think that's what I'd like to do, but you don't really know until you're in the situation. I could try to breastfeed and it won't work out, and then you have to consider other options and you have to do what you have to do. Um, and obviously the research does support that breastfeeding is very beneficial to a child, not only for health reasons, but also I've seen some research on the attachment of mother-child through breastfeeding. However, you don't have the right to tell a mom how she's going to decide to take care of her child. And finally, the article mentions Latch on NYC many, many times, and if you go to the website, which is hot linked into the article, it says that their initiative includes a public awareness campaign highlighting the health benefits of breast milk. That's great. I am all for that. Spread the knowledge. That's what it's about. And this is obviously important to the article because, as I've said many times, I think the most important thing here is to make sure that a mother has the knowledge to make an educated decision about what she wants for her child. I don't think that it's a good idea to take away formula samples from everyone. And when it comes down to it business-wise, having those options out there for the formula companies, I read a couple times in here that the formula samples that these mothers use in the hospital is what they went to go buy. So that's great for the formula companies. I'm glad to hear that. So yes, I think the most important thing here, like I said, is just be educated. Give people the resources to learn about benefits and negatives to each option. So that's about it. Thank you. Have a good day.